everyone. Today, I want to talk about some kind of unsettling news. Across the world, humans practice agriculture. Inherent to the challenge of growing plants is keeping those plants alive and healthy. This means fending off diseases and keeping pests from eating the plants. A huge amount of money and manpower goes into researching ways to protect plants from diseases and pests. And despite our best efforts and our best intentions, stuff like pesticides and herbicides can leach out into the habitat in proximity to the farmland and cause immense damage to the wildlife that lives there. Add on top of this the economic cost of the damage from the diseases and the pests themselves, and you start seeing how expensive this problem really is. So with that said, it's pretty lame to learn that two of the biggest crop pests in the world have actually managed to come together and birth a population of hybrids, with traits from both parents that make them some kind of freakish super pest. So one of the parent species is the Helicoverpa armigera, or the cotton bollworm, which is spread across the African, European, and Asian continents, also called the Old World. The bollworm has evolved resistance to all of the pesticides that are used against it, and it spreads quickly, having just recently been introduced to the Americas. The other parent species is the Helicoverpa zea, or the corn earworm, which is a related species that's only found in the Americas, or only found in the New World. The corn earworm is a big problem, although it's not as resistant as the bollworm, and it's generally a little bit easier to take care of. A recent study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences identified an emergent hybrid population in Brazil. They analyzed the genome of 6 species of these moths and found 9 hybrid individuals. 8 of them were bollworms with a scattering of introgressed DNA from the earworm, while the 9th hybrid had a genome that was quite similar to a full-fledged hybrid, with 51% of its DNA coming from earworms, and the other 49% coming from the bollworm. But this 9th hybrid also had stretches of DNA homozygous from each parent species, including the CYP337b3 gene from the bollworm that codes for resistance against the pesticide fenvalerate. This suggests that there have already been a number of generations of interbreeding, hybridization, and then backcrossing, and this has created a population of hybrids that's kind of this gradient. There's some hybrid individuals that have 99% the DNA of one parent and just a little bit of DNA from the other parent, and then there's hybrids like this 9th one that they sampled, which is more or less a 50-50 hybrid, like an F1 generation hybrid. Now this is kind of worrisome, because from this hybrid population can emerge a particular strain of hybrid that's capable of living in both the Old World and the New World, and that shares genes from both its parents that allow it to resist the widest range of pesticides, and become an even more effective crop parasite. And that's bad news. Scientists at the CSIRO, which is an Australian federal agency for research that's called the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation, they perform the research on these strange hybrid moths. One of their scientists, Dr. Tom Walsh, said, and I quote, "No two hybrids were the same, suggesting a hybrid swarm, where multiple versions of different hybrids can be present within one population," unquote. Now another researcher there, Dr. Craig Anderson, was the lead author of the paper. He's concerned about the implication for agriculture in the Americas. He said, and I quote, "On top of the impact already felt in South America, recent estimates that 65% of the USA's agricultural output is at risk of being affected by the bollworm demonstrates that this work has the potential to instigate changes to research priorities that will have direct ramifications for the people of America, through the food on their tables and the clothes on their backs," unquote.